Alfonso Tally, a man from Chicago who shot two police officers after being arrested. One of those police officers actually passed away. The other one is in critical condition. Now, Alfonso was robbing a Dollar Tree, or I think it was a Family Dollar, possibly. And he not only attacked the lady who he robbed, pistol whipping her multiple times. But after being caught because the money he stole had a tracker in it, he claims he took some drugs, that he needed to go to the hospital. While at the hospital, is uncuffed, shoots one police officer in the head, the other in the face, and then is apprehended later.
An accused cop killer in Chicago today encountered something he had never seen in his decade of violent crime: lasting consequences, and a judge who was done giving second chances. Police arrested 26-year-old Alfonso Tally Saturday, accusing him of robbing a store and roughing up a woman who worked there. He then told police that he had swallowed a bag of drugs and felt sick, but that was all a ruse, because when he got to the hospital, police say he pulled out a gun and shot two officers in the head. One was critically injured, and the other, 38-year-old John Bartholomew, was killed. Bartholomew had a wife, two stepsons, and a 3-year-old daughter. The accused killer, Tally, is someone the police know very well. His rap sheet goes back 9 years.
Oh, look at that.
Every arrest, a violent felony.
No one is
And a
surprised at
court
that.
hearing in December for a carjacking charge, the judge noted that Tally had 4 violent felony cases in the system simultaneously. The judge said before Illinois changed its bail laws, Tally would have faced a minimum bail of $1 million. But under the new law, he had the discretion to set the bail he believes was fair.
This is crazy. The judge who allowed him out on bail needs to be held responsible. He had 4 pending felonies at the same time and was still let out. Let me guess, mental health?
He pointed to Tally recently becoming a father, saying, quote, "It appears his mind is finally developing and he may be on the path to making better decisions." So the judge gave him an ankle monitor and let him walk free. And months later, that monitor went dark. Weeks after that, Officer Bartholomew was dead. Now,
Imagine being the family of that officer. How mad would you be? Imagine being the woman that he pistol whipped in order to steal from her. How mad would you be? Illinois, you got a lot of explaining to do. J.B. Pritzker, who's the governor, who's always talking about how crime is down and it's not that bad there.
no cameras were allowed in the court today, but News Nation was in the courtroom. The judge shut several outbursts down that Tally had, and at one point the judge even reprimanded Tally for laughing. As for bail, the judge was blunt.
Yeah, he has
Quote,
problems.
"You have been given every opportunity, and each and every time you have violated that. No conditions that I impose will keep the community safe from you." Tonight, Tally remains behind bars with no bail. Joining me now is Brian Claypool, criminal defense attorney, and Nima Rahmani, a former federal prosecutor. Nima, it's infuriating just reading this story. But as a former prosecutor, you must hear this story, and it must set your hair on fire.
Unfortunately, yes. I'm sitting here in California where there has been bail reform. And here's the argument on the other side. I don't agree with it, but this is the argument that cash bail punishes people that don't have the ability to pay and rewards the rich. The problem is you have someone like this that should not have been granted any bail whatsoever, even if it was $1 million. He is a danger to the community, and now we know it's a risk of flight. And the problem with not detaining people, Elizabeth, is this. As a prosecutor, I can tell you, when they're out, obviously, they commit more crimes. But also, let me tell you something. When people are free, the last thing they want to do is plead guilty, surrender, and serve their time. They're much more likely to either abscond, destroy evidence, commit more crimes. When they're in custody, they're accruing time, and they're much more motivated to plead to get out sooner rather than later.
Brian, I understand the cash bail argument, but like that maybe works if you're talking about a poor man and a rich man arrested the first time in their lives for the same crime, and one guy gets to walk because he can afford to pay bail, and the other guy has to sit in jail for 2 years before he's even convicted of a crime. This guy had a rap sheet that was 5 pages long. You know, why are we giving second chances and ankle
Not only all of that, but let's look at what he had already been convicted of. Arrested for armed robbery in 2017. Felon in possession of a firearm 2021. Car theft and fleeing 2023. Battery of a correctional officer in 2024. Armed carjacking in 2025. And then in 2026, multiple attempted murder charges against a police officer, because it was 2 of them, as well as fleeing, not to mention armed robbery and probably aggravated assault as well of the woman that he pistol whipped in order to get the money. What do I even say to that? This is insanity. Why is he not in jail? First off, the first armed robbery, how did he not get 10 to 15 years?
Monitors to somebody who's been, charged with a violent carjacking and armed robbery.
Hey, Elizabeth, great to see you again. Look, in a civilized society, Tally should have never been on the street. Let's face it. His rap sheet is longer than a CVS pharmacy receipt that we get here in California. It's like 2 feet long.
Yeah,
Crazy
they are,
work.
aren't they?
Exactly. His is longer than that, by the way. But look, there is a catastrophic failure at 3 levels. It starts with the legislator, Elizabeth. The Illinois legislature removed cash bail in 2023 in September. They put in this Safety Act. It should be called the Danger Act. So if you're living in Illinois and you don't want this happening again,
boy's
you
cooking.
better contact your legislator. Secondly, let's talk about the failure of this judge, okay? Even though the Safety Act is no cash bail, Elizabeth, this judge still had discretion to issue a $500,000 bail. He could have, or put other measures in place. He had discretion. This guy had 2 armed robberies in 2017. He assaulted a correctional officer 2024, 2025, an armed carjacking. He should have never been on the street. And then how does he get into a hospital with a gun? You've got security measures there.
That's the
And last
craziest
thing I'm gonna
part,
say,
actually.
there needs to be an investigation. How this guy gets his hands on guns for the last 7 years. Where
Right.
did he get the gun? Did he get it from a dealer? If he did, there's potential culpability with the federal government if they didn't list his name on the list of somebody who should not be in the possession of a gun.
Well, the way that he got the gun was that he had a girlfriend who bought the gun for him and then gave it to him.
Nima, what is this new law? Is it new? How new is it in Illinois, and how many other states have laws like it?
Unfortunately, a lot of states do. It's really a point system, essentially an algorithm that assesses risk. So before there was a bail scale. So you're arrested for carjacking, armed robbery. This is the bail amount. But now it's not. It's essentially release. And we know electronic monitoring, it doesn't work. It supposes that people are going to follow the law and comply. And the problem is, this is someone who's a career criminal. Brian touched upon it, but he had pulled this stunt once before, this sort of fake drugs, because he knew that if he got into the hospital setting and they did
It's
imaging,
less secure.
yeah, it's less secure, and they have to take off those handcuffs before you go in. He actually had this gun hidden in the fat of his skin. I mean, it's a really crazy
what?
story. That's why
What
law
the
enforcement
hell?
didn't get it. But Brian's right. It's a legislative issue, and it's not something that is going to be resolved by computers or AI or points. This is someone that clearly on his face, you don't have to be a judge, you don't have to be a prosecutor, you can be an ordinary person and see that someone like Tally is not going to comply with any condition of pretrial release.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, he's a criminal. But wait, it doesn't end there. His stepsister goes on the news to defend him. This is what she had to say.
The smug attitude.
2 different descriptions
He's not no predator.
of Alfonso
Oh, he's
Tally.
not.
If you ask Chicago FOP President John Cannizzaro about him,
Even after hearing the despicable acts that this piece of did, it's appalling. It's disgusting.
but if you ask this woman, who identified as his stepsister,
Hold on, wait, hold on.
It's
Hold
appalling.
on.
It's
Look at this.
disgusting.
but if you ask this woman, who identified as
Look at her. Neck tattoo, face tattoo. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but it's kind of hard to not judge a book by its cover when they're defending somebody who did something so heinous. Are you really a productive member of society with a face tattoo? Am I just getting old? Is that what's going on here? I have my hands tatted, so there's not much I could talk about as far as tattoos, but I don't have my face or my neck tatted. Like, I feel like hand tattoos are not that big of a deal. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
his stepsister, Faith.
He's a family man. He loves people. He's around kids all the time. He's not no predator and he's not no monster. And how's everyone else making it seem like he's a predator?
During Tally's
Wait, hold on. I gotta go back. We got what?
Disgusting.
But if you ask this woman, who identified as his stepsister, Faith,
He's a family man. He loves people. He's around.
He wouldn't throw his life away like that. What do you mean? You saying he would never commit armed robbery? He's committed 2 armed robberies previous to this situation. He's carjacked people before. He was found with a gun, even though he's a felon and he can't have a gun. I don't know about y'all, but to me, all of those scenarios are throwing your life away. What is wrong with these people?
Kids all the time. He's not no
So
predator.
what?
He's not no monster. And how's everyone else making it seem like he's a predator?
during Tally's pretrial hearing Thursday, prosecutors argued Tally is a public safety threat, going over his lengthy criminal history,
You
including
think?
carjacking, armed robbery, and aggravated battery to an officer, where he's accused of throwing feces on a correctional officer.
The comment section is gonna have a hell of a time when I post this. What? He's flinging poop, guys. What? Oh my god.
The court gave him electronic monitoring in recent years, where he allegedly violated it multiple times and cut off his ankle monitor and got arrested. But his public defender, Julie Kohler, still petitioned to give Tally pretrial release.
I wonder what Julie looks
arguing
like.
his rough upbringing in foster homes, his struggles
course.
with mental illness.
I called it. I called it rough upbringing and struggles with mental illness. That is not an excuse, okay? Some people are dealt a shit hand. I'm sorry. It sucks. The world is not fair. But when you commit a crime, you go to jail. I don't get how people can actually throw those defenses out there and believe it. And I know there's plenty of people out there who are going to believe it. There's going to be plenty of people in the comments who are going to be like, oh, you don't understand. And specifically black people will be like, oh, you're Uncle Tom. You're just catering to the white people and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, this dude did something wrong. He needs to go to jail.
And his progress he made while incarcerated by taking classes should
Yeah,
be
what
noted.
progress?
To hear the public defender have to argue on why we should let this individual out on our streets is despicable. It makes me want to throw up.
Now Tally is facing 20 more felonies, including murder.
Damn.
The death of Chicago police officer John Bartholomew. He's also facing attempted murder for shooting and critically wounding another officer who was in the hospital, and aggravated kidnapping, armed robbery, and aggravated battery from an incident hours before at Family Dollar.
He pistol whipped a 55-year-old woman more than once. What a tough guy.
The judge had to tell Tally multiple times during the
that
pretrial
guy.
hearing to be quiet, and I noticed throughout the hearing that Tally was smirking, smiling, even laughing at times. But it was after the hearing where he turned around and faced some family members and said, I love you to them. A few of them said, I love you back. And we spoke to them after the hearing, and they were telling me that they didn't like how they were describing Tally.
He was not in his right state of mind, and the story doesn't add up. And I say he's a very innocent man. We're going to prove him right.
You say he did shoot a police officer?
I wasn't there. I'm not aware, but I know what type of person he is.
Prosecutors
He's an innocent. Yo, this is nah, bro. Nah. I don't want to hear that. That's crazy work. He's an innocent guy. He's an innocent guy. We're gonna prove his innocence. How are you going to prove his innocence? He shot 2 cops. Like, I don't need to go over it anymore. This dude is a criminal, and he needs to go to jail for life. As a matter of fact, they should give him the death penalty. I don't think they have the death penalty in Chicago, but regardless, he should get the death penalty. All of y'all gotta go. The whole bloodline gotta go. Everybody, y'all gotta go. This is crazy. Listen, guys, I want to know what you think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.